When Hollywood sets out to impress, the results are frequently a special brand of awful. Unparalleled resources are piled on material that cannot really support them in an effort to wow us through sheer dint of stuff. That's what happened in the late 60s with a group of brass-bottom Broadway musical adaptations, of which Hello, Dolly is perhaps the most notorious. The herniated results are not the product of incompetence. Several gifted people lavished their talents on the material. It is just that there isn't a single moment in which we are not meant to be bowled over like ninepins. Dolly was, of course, a smash Broadway success, so it's not surprising that Hollywood enlisted major talents to film it. A big budget was inevitable, but that in itself is not the problem. It is more a matter of accentuating the expenditure. Moreover, what worked on the stage does not necessarily translate well to the screen, and the bombastic performances meant to bridge those differences are off-putting. As for the story, written and told with enough wit, the love roundelay with matchmaker Dolly Levy, Barbra Streisand, Yonkers businessman Horace Vandergelder, Walter Matthau, and 3 other couples might make an amusing confection for an hour or so, but it is hardly enough to support 150 minutes of elephantine exertions. Part of that excessive length results from piling music on the rickety foundation. Unfortunately, the supposedly show-stopping Hello, Dolly is merely the most famous of the many mediocre songs. Worse, the arrangements throughout are so overbearing that the music turns into another form of assault. Nor are the songs enhanced by the dancers jumping, somersaulting, and prancing about in an aggressive demand for our admiration. Live, on stage, such calisthenics might warrant applause. On screen, they are at best a tribute to sharp editing and camera work. Why should the choreography be spared the overreach in a film that begins with a high-angle shot showing off the backlot set of Manhattan's 14th Street stretching to the horizon? That segues into a pre-credit production number in which dozens of costumed extras scurry about and contrive quote-unquote business before Dolly/Streisand's arrival. Then the credits roll over shots of a full-scale 19th century train chugging along to Yonkers. There we are treated to the cavernous interior of Vandergelder's feed and grain store, crammed to the gills with period bric-a-brac like a Victorian Costco. But wait, there's more! The most egregiously gratuitous spectacle occurs just prior to intermission. For unclear plot reasons, Vandergelder marches in a parade which, however, does provide another opportunity to show off that 14th Street set. Even Dolly has trouble finding Vandergelder among the literally hundreds of costumed extras. When she finally does, their conversation amounts to little than an appointment for later. Such over-the-top ostentation is just exhausting. For some, it may be enough to see the Streisand ensconced in rich period upholstery. For me, no thanks.